Hello Bloomington, I'm Mayor Tim Busse, and this is the Council Minute for the week of August 7th. No council meeting this week, but there are 3 items that I want to talk about. First off today, a couple of updates on park projects. Bloomington residents love their parks and put a high value on parks, trails, and open space. We see it every year in our resident surveys. Our park system is one of the things that make Bloomington special. Like any public amenity, we need to take care of our parks. Parks require investment to stay in good shape. And sometimes, parks need to be reimagined to meet the needs and the desires of residents. A good example of that reinvestment is very visible right now over at Dred Scott playfields, where work is underway to fix up 4 parking lots in the complex. Work started this week and crews will be working their way around Dred Scott over the next few weeks, resurfacing and restriping parking lots that frankly need a little TLC. The work is being staggered so that there's always parking available, but if you're going for a ball game or to play mini golf, you probably want to check the signage to be sure what's open and when. This work comes on the heels of a lot of reinvestment at Dred Scott in recent years, including replacement of the central field hub facility, the badly needed replacement of the light poles and an upgrade to the lights on top of those poles. Those lights are now energy efficient LED lights, the redo of the paths through the park, and the renovation of 4 pickleball courts and the addition of 6 more pickleball courts. The parking lot work is officially part of the city's very successful pavement management program. That program and the nuts and bolts attention to the physical infrastructure needs at Dred Scott are great examples of the maintenance and investment needed to make sure that these highly valued city assets remain in good condition for years to come. I also mentioned that sometimes our parks need to be reimagined or transformed. Over at Smith Park, the city is working very closely with residents to do just that. For the past several years, Bloomington Park and Rec staff has engaged the community to gather input on a comprehensive reimagining of what Smith Park could be. And now, very soon, the first step in the process will take place as construction begins on a new playground. Staff had a lot of one-on-one conversations with residents and other stakeholders during in-person events at the park, and they got a lot of good feedback online at Let's Talk Bloomington. All of that information helped guide the selection of a challenge course to replace the existing outdated play structure. When I say challenge course, think an American Ninja Warrior style obstacle course. It includes challenging obstacles for people of different ages and skill levels, obstacles like ninja steps or a climbing wall. This new challenge course will be the first of its kind in Bloomington. This project and the process around it are the direct result of the commitment to community-driven planning established in the Park System Master Plan. The ultimate goal is to ensure that the activities, amenities, and experiences in parks meets the wants and needs of our residents. The work to remove the existing play structure to create space for the new challenge course will start after the Summer Adventure Playground programs wraps up later this month. Substantial completion is anticipated yet this fall. It should be a great addition to Bloomington's park system. Bloomington Solid Waste staff will hold a swap event for gently used or new baby gear at Moyer Park on Sunday, August 20th from 10 a.m. to noon. This event and all of our city-held swap events are open to everyone, and all items are given and taken freely. That means you don't need to bring anything in order to take items home. Swap events are part of the city's new bulky item management program, and the goal is to keep gently used and new items in use and out of an incinerator or a landfill. It's also a nice way for residents to connect. You might recall that back in June, Bloomington was awarded a Sustainable City Award by the League of Minnesota Cities for our bulky item management program. That program began last year because we heard from a lot of residents that you wanted more sustainable options to dispose of stuff where the end result wasn't contributing to a landfill. For the baby gear swap, there are guidelines for things that will and will not be accepted. The complete details can be found on the city's website dedicated to swap events. I encourage you to take a look. I also want to let you know that planning is underway for Bloomington's 2nd annual citywide recycling drop-off event. That one is scheduled for Saturday, September 30th at the Western Maintenance Facility. Staff will provide more details to the council in coming weeks, and I can promise we'll share that information with you. And finally today, last week I had the pleasure of taking part in a graduation celebration for our inaugural class of Bloom in Bloomington summer interns. Bloom in Bloomington is a youth workforce development program that matches young people age 16 to 24 with summer internship experiences within the city of Bloomington. The goal of the program is to give young people opportunities to explore career paths, build valuable work experience, and develop leadership skills. 12 young people participated this year, along with 2 of our outstanding corporate partners here in Bloomington, Mall of America and Larkin Hoffman Law Firm. Thank you so very much to them. The graduation ceremony was a wonderful celebration, and the interns had a great summer experience. But I'll let them tell the story.
Everyone is so willing to teach and work with you and introduce you to new opportunities, and it's just such a positive space to be a part of.
It's a very insightful program, and it's something that really is like such an eye-opener.
I believe internship programs can really help youth reach their full potential.
Bloomington, it looked so fun. It's in the city. The internship did a really good job of having a 16 to 18 and then 18 to 24, so there's like something appropriate for both age groups.
I'm an HR, IT, and accounting intern here at the Mall of America.
With the mall, they were super welcoming, and they're like, what do you want to do? What do you want to get out of this internship? What skills do you want to build?
I am a summer intern at Larkin Hoffman in the real estate and land use department.
Right now I'm under the term called floating intern, so I'm working in all the different departments of the Bloomington city and getting experience with what every part or function does for the city.
I'm working with the assessing division this summer as an intern.
I'm working in the administration department in sustainability. I am one of the Bloomington interns this summer in the Office of Racial Equity, Inclusion and Belonging.
I help orient new hires and help train them in through HR. I help take support tickets.
I've been having so much fun, mostly planning events.
I've worked on the Just Deeds project, which is a project that is aiming to remove racial covenants in deeds.
I am currently going into my senior year of high school. I attend Thomas Jefferson High School. I want to be a political journalist, so I want to know more about the government.
I've been shadowing the appraisers as they go out on the residential inspections for quintile. I've been scanning paper files to digital.
It's been a lot of research projects and just meeting a lot of people and learning a lot. One of my bigger projects this summer is to develop a civic engagement program for our youth here in Bloomington. I also help out with smaller projects, Juneteenth, and other equity-driven initiatives within the city as well.
I know it's scary, but introducing yourself to people can open doors that you never thought would be open for.
And I just love the fact that I'm working within my community, which is so amazing. Living in Bloomington and working in Bloomington is perfect.
This internship has given me the opportunity to see that there is a bigger world out there. There are active people in this office that are doing something impactful in their communities.
I could just blossom here.
That will do it for this week's Council Minute. Thanks for joining me. Until next time, stay safe, Bloomington.